Okie dokie. Alrighty then. What's going on out there in the land of YouTube? How are you today? How is your Tuesday? I hope it's going well. I hope things are going good for you today. Can you do me a favor, just real quick? Would you just hit the like button? Can you just take your finger real fast and hit the like button? Gloria, how are you? Michael Dolan, good to see you, my friend. So good to see everybody. Nice to see everybody. Keep informed. Some new names in here. Patricia, what's going on? What's going on with the Playboy? What's going on? Can everybody hit the like button? It'll just take you 1 second. And then do me a favor, right down there in the comments section, right down there, can you put in the comment section OTVO? OTVO. Overturn Terry versus Ohio. That's what that stands for. That's what that stands for. Alrighty. So, some pretty interesting things have happened. There's some pretty interesting things going on in the world. Look at that. I just got out of the shower, cleaned myself up a little bit to come on here and talk to y'all. Man, I got the full white walls going on the sides now. They're just full on gray white walls. That's where we are as a human being in the aging process. Unfortunately, the hair is growing all gray white walls on the side. I don't really think it's going to matter. I think in the grand scheme of things, until one of us peons gets to executive power, I don't think anything in this country is going to change. There's no consumer protection agency in America anymore. Consumer protection agency would be the agency that protected you from multinational corporations that are overpricing food in America compared to other countries in the world. So the bags are getting smaller, the food content is getting smaller, and there's no CPA to come in and stop it. The Food and Drug Administration was paid off in the 1950s by the sugar industry to blame all of the problems in health on fat. And then the FDA in about 1985 or so, 1984, what they did is they created something called the food pyramid. And on the food pyramid, along the bottom of it was 10 to 14 servings of carbohydrates a day. Since 1980, I want to say 84, I think I want to say 85 or 86, maybe somewhere there where the food pyramid come out. Someone can fact check me on that. Let me know when that happened. But what happened is they decided that they were going to say you should have 8 to 12 servings of carbohydrate, 10 to 14 servings of carbohydrates a day. You're supposed to have little servings of carbohydrates all throughout your day. You're not. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to go through a period of at least 12 to 16 hours of no caloric intake at all whatsoever. If you continually put carbohydrates in your body, you'll get fatter and fatter and fatter. I know that because I've been working on that all week long. I've been working on getting fatter and fatter and fatter all day long. I've got some really good, I got some really great news that's going to be coming out in the next couple weeks here. I can't really say anything just yet, but I'm going to let you guys know there's some really good news coming out. There's some really, where are you guys from? Can everybody do me a favor? I'm looking at the comment section real quick. Can you type in that comment section where you guys are watching from? Actually, no. So um, dude here put depends on where the carbs are coming from. That's actually incorrect data. And it's not that, I know so much and you don't. There's just the simple science of what we're learning is showing us that that's incorrect data. When you put a carbohydrate in your body, more than 50 calories of carbohydrates, your body has to release insulin to counteract the sugar in your blood. You only have two systems to burn calories. One is called a sucrose system, and the other is called a ketone system. You guys have heard of the diet called ketosis. So when you put carbohydrates into your body must release insulin. When your body releases insulin, it cannot use a ketone system and burn fat off your body. So every time you put those carbohydrates in your body, you're turning off the fat burning mechanism for at least 4 to 12 hours, depending on how much sugar and carbohydrates you put into your body. But this is an absolute fact. I know this to be 100% true. I've wrestled tons of judo guys, dude. Tons. I used to wrestle a guy, just so you know, my very first job when I was 18 years old was in Minneapolis, Minnesota. My first adult job in sales for Bally's. My boss was a guy named Rene Capo, Rena Capo, Capo. Rene Capo was on the Olympic judo team when I was 18. And I was like, I'm not going to go to college my first year. I'm just going to go work in the workplace. And Renee Capoe, who was on the Olympic judo team and was my boss at Bally's US Women Fitness, he used to take me out and just annihilate me. And he was like a 220 pounder, and I was like 160. So he used to destroy me in judo regularly. I'm talking regularly. This guy beat the dog piss out of me. Michigan, what is going on? How are you? Detroit is in the hizzy. Nova Scotia, what's going on, Nova Scotia? West Virginia. West Virginia's got a lot of tyranny in it. Tallahassee, Florida. Florida's a police state, as you know. Iowa, Iowa's a cop sucking state. For some reason, a lot of people in Iowa worship cops, and I don't really understand that. DJ Smith, good to see you. New Jersey's a police state. Brooklyn is obviously a police state. We know that from what's going on over there when they're arresting people at the 75th precinct. Did I just see Northeast Colorado cop block? What's going on, Northeast Colorado cop block? Michael Daly, how is everybody? So I'm going to show you guys a video today. And here's how much I care about injustice. Here's how much I just can't stand watching the injustice in our country. The video that I'm going to show you today actually comes from a dude who's not real friendly to me. It doesn't really matter if he's friendly to me or not. What matters is, though, that we have created an autonomous policing agency in America, and giving that agency absolute autonomy is ruining a free America. You and I are no longer free because of what we're seeing happen with the police in our country when you have autonomous policing agencies. So what we need is a third-party agency that for checks and balances on police, an autonomous policing agency over the people without a third party for checks and balances. They tried that in 1866 when they established the Justice Department. 1865, the 13th Amendment was passed. Well, the 13th Amendment was not respected by many of the plantation owners, and many of the slaves themselves didn't even know about the 13th Amendment. They were lied to and told that it didn't happen. And so you have the 1866 Civil Rights Act, which is going to create the Justice Department in America. The Justice Department was supposed to be a checks and balances on the courts and on the police, but that hasn't worked out at all. The Justice Department, as you are probably well aware, is underneath the executive branch of governance. So it's not under the legislative branch of governance, it's under the executive branch of governance. And so that means that's why we're seeing the FBI, the CIA, the ATF, they work for the president. They work for the executive branch. So there's no checks and balances for the people. That's the president's personal army, the ATF, the IRS, CIA, and the FBI. They all should be abolished. We don't need any of them. Get rid of all of them, including ICE. Get rid of all of them. They're all trash. They're absolute trash. So I'm going to show you, though, what happens when you have a total police state created by allowing no checks and balances. So this guy's channel, his channel name, he's called Direct D. This guy is, let's stay focused on the content of what we're going to see here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay focused on the content. So, and then what I'm going to do here as I show this to you guys, just because you pick up a camera, it doesn't mean you have any clue about what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. And so I'm going to show you guys, if you want to audit cops and you want to learn how to be an auditor, you want to know how to do that. There's so many mistakes done in this video where the person who's auditing does not take control of the scene at all. They become intimidated, and it's really a, I mean, what's the word that starts with an F and ends with a K? It's a cluster of a situation. This is a cluster of a situation, because what you're talking about is, you should be an auditor. You watching this, you should film police. That doesn't mean you're going to know what you're doing just because you film police. So this is an example of one of those guys who, he's an auditor, doesn't really understand what he's doing entirely just yet. But so if you guys want to get over to this channel, this guy's name is Direct D. This is the name of his channel. I am not subscribed to the guy. Yeah. So let's just watch part of this, and then I'm going to talk about it. So now this guy, Direct D, he's on the scene in Tempe, Arizona, I believe. I think he's somewhere in around Mesa. Maybe he's in Mesa.
Or Mesa. We're in Mesa on Dobson and University. Interfering is a physical act, man. We got another winner here, you guys.
So here's another reason why I do my audits completely alone. This is why I work alone. People often ask me if they can come with me, and I tell them no, because what I don't want to do, I don't want to come off like this as though there's a bunch of people surrounding cops. Because remember what the cops are trained to believe. The cops are trained to believe that there's a war on cops, that we all have our camera phones out, but what we really want to do is reach in our secret pocket and pull out our magic alien taser gun and attack cops. That's all the cops are taught that. So this is the reason why I work alone. So a lot of you guys have reached out to me and said, "Hey, I'm in Vegas, I'm in LA, wherever I'm at." I don't walk up to cops with groups of people because they're trained to believe that we want to attack them and kill them. So this cop right here, he's scared. And that's real. He's been taught to be afraid. Be afraid of the public. And so now you have two different people coming at this copper who has been trained to believe that you're bad and that you want to pull out your alien super bazooka and you want to kill cops in the street as you're filming your crime. He believes that little copper right there, he believes that you want to kill him. So So you heard he said, "I can't with you guys behind me." And now these two auditors have one guy on one side and one guy on another side. And so how do you think the cop is going to behave? Look, I'm all for filming cops. I'm 100%. I'm actually on this guy's side who has said things about me. It's cool. I'm on his side. If you're going to go out and audit cops, surrounding them with people, I don't know if that's the the way I would recommend to do it. You're welcome to do it that way. That's not how I do it. So
Scared, sir. We're not doing anything. We're here with I don't know you. I don't know you either.
So he doesn't know them, but he's scared of all of them. That's what I'm trying to say.
You have a gun. So who should be more scared? Me or you?
Smash the like button, you guys. This guy's calling for backup right now.
Okay, do you see this right here? I just wonder, I want to ask him, did you learn this by watching my videos, bro? He pulls up his shirt and shows them that he's not armed. I commend you, brother. That's exactly what you want to do. If you don't want to get Terry stopped, if you don't want this cop to grab you and put you in torture cuffs, he does the right thing here. He shows the copper, I don't have any weapons. He's saying, you guys are, I'm scared. That's what he's saying. So he shows him, I don't have any weapons. I got a tripod with a camera on it.
Yeah, look, man. We ain't got nothing on us. We're no threat to you.
I think Direct D right there actually pulled his shirt up and said that we don't have anything. What do you guys think? Do you think he did? Put a 1 in the chat. It sounds like he did. Listen to what Direct D says here.
Yeah, look, man. We ain't got nothing on us.
You see that? So his camera's adjusting. It looks like he's pulling up his shirt to reveal to the copper that he doesn't have any weapons so that he can't be Terry stopped and put in torture cuffs.
Oh, yeah, we're no threat to you. We got cameras.
So they're doing the right thing here. This is the right move to inform them that they're there to film and we only have cameras. They've revealed their waistband. So this is all good stuff.
You just made a fool of yourself. Keep it up.
So the cop is giving them directives, telling them to go over and stand over there. Go stand over there. All three of you go stand in the same place. You all have the same camera angle.
Unlawful orders.
Okay, now here's the biggest mistake that I'm going to show you guys in this. In the whole audit, to me, this is the biggest mistake that I saw. And I watched this whole thing already, but here's the big mistake. If you're on a public sidewalk, and you guys have seen me do this, you put your feet on the ground and you say, I'm not moving. If they put crime tape up around you, you have to move. And they'll physically even grab you and move you. You guys saw it happen to me with LAPD over on Hollywood Boulevard. But what you don't want to do, you don't want to run. You don't want to move your feet. You want this cop to know that you're his boss. I am the alpha male on the scene. I'm your boss, homie. You guys have even you've even heard me tell them I'm your boss. And you take command of the scene because these beta male cucks, what they do is they follow orders for a living. They're told what to do every day. Nobody tells me what to do. Everybody tells this beta male cop what to do. So this auditor is going to back away. Why are you moving your feet when you're on a public sidewalk? For what reason are you moving your feet? You don't got to move, bro.
He's on a sidewalk right now. Quit approaching him. Why are you approaching him? What's wrong with you?
Why is he backing away? Do not back away. You don't have to be afraid of this man. You have him on camera.
You need to chill out, dude. Go do.
You see what happened when Direct D stepped up and started alpha mailing this guy? When Direct D walked over and said, what are you doing? He's on the sidewalk. Look at the reaction of the cop when he realizes.
What's wrong with you?
You hear that? That's checking someone. And Direct D has got a big personality. So he is alphaing this beta male. What are you doing
right now? Quit approaching him.
He's telling him what to do. Quit approaching him, which is what he's supposed to do because he's his boss.
Why are you approaching him?
He checks him again verbally.
What's wrong with you?
He checks him again.
You need to chill out, dude. Go do your.
And listen to what the dirty little pig said. You guys are standing behind me. Look how close you are to me. Bro, you don't have to be scared, copper. No reason for you to be scared, but look at him. He's terrified.
Stop.
You're the one standing behind us.
This is how you guys mess up all the time. You're worried about us. Go do your stop.
Yeah.
That's exactly correct.
Stop.
Go do your job, dude.
He's been taught to be afraid. You guys put a 1 in the chat if you understand that. This man has been taught his training. When people say more training for coppers, he's been trained to be afraid of you. We don't want that training. We don't want more training. Stop saying that. This man has been trained to be afraid of you. That Direct D and his posse of 2 other journalists who have clearly pulled up their shirt and shown they have no weapons. This cop is afraid of them.
Why are you so scared for? You shouldn't even be a cop. First of all, look how scared you are.
He's got a point.
Smash the like button, you guys, and share this. He's calling for backup right now. He's acting like a fool.
He wants you guys to share and like because he's afraid they're going to go to jail, which is a legitimate, I don't know if afraid is the right word. He's legitimately concerned for his freedom and the freedom of the 2 men who are with him. Listen to what this cop says right here. Listen to this.
Hey, why are you trying to walk behind me? Don't walk
Dude, I'm
behind
coming
me.
over here to talk
Don't
to him.
walk behind me.
What a freaking wussy, bro. You are the biggest wussy I have ever seen.
Hey, why are you trying to walk behind me? Don't walk
Dude, I'm
behind
coming
me.
over here to talk
Don't
to him.
walk behind me.
You need
This is where he's going to be assertive, y'all. Don't walk behind me. You think they're trying to surround you with cameras so they can all go to prison for kidnapping for the rest of their lives? You think they're trying to surround you with all three men filming so that they can pull out their secret pew, 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 pew and take their rubber band shooters at you, copper? And look how assertive he is now that the fear training has fully kicked in. Hey, don't stand behind me. Don't stand behind me. Like, I'm talking, they train these guys to be scared of you. Just remember that.
Hey, why are you trying to walk behind me? Don't walk
Dude, I'm
behind
coming
me.
over here to talk
Don't
to him.
walk behind me.
You need to relax, dude. You're making a fool of yourself right now. I already talked to him. I'm good to be here. This is public-private property. Ignore me.
So now DirectD here, unfortunately, is going to make a series of mistakes, and I'm going to show you what they are.
Ignore me, dude. You have 20 minutes for your traffic stop. You're making it a whole lot longer right now. Well, I mean,
look at him. He has stopped his traffic stop to go and hide in a corner from three guys, and one of them is a known journalist.
loitering if we're doing nothing.
It's fine.
This is First
I seen
Amendment.
you guys. Like,
yeah, you know what's up.
You guys are fine.
We mean no problems. If you want us to leave, we're gone, bro. You know what's up.
So he's having that conversation, but that's just so you know, that's what he just said, what DirectD just said to that clerk. If you want us to leave, we're gone. That's incorrect. When DirectD is involved as a journalist and he's filming something that is a point of interest for the public, he cannot get trespassed. They cannot solicit a trespass. And just so if DirectD, I'm sure he's going to watch this, you have a lawsuit here. They solicited a trespass after the clerk said that you were good to go. You could sue the corner store and the cops right now. It's illegal to solicit a trespass when a person, a citizen, is engaged in a First Amendment protected activity, especially being a member of the press in a story that is a point of interest for America. It was a huge mistake to say, if you want us to leave, we're gone. No, the clerk is no longer in charge of your rights. Your rights no longer rest with whether or not that establishment can reserve service to you. They can't. You are not there shopping. You are engaged as a member of the press. The cops cannot solicit a trespass. And if they do, it's a violation of your First Amendment right, bro. I know I'm not a constitutional law scholar or anything, but I learned this along the way.
This is what they do, man. Smash the like button. We got an undercover Camaro coming in right here.
And I don't blame him for asking for people to smash the like button because his freedom is in jeopardy here.
Share this around. They're acting like fools right now. You guys, you're being live streamed, by the way, partner. Several of us are live. We have freedom of movement. We can walk all we want. Ignore us. This sergeant should know what we're doing, dude. Ignore us. This isn't interfering. What you know?
That cop was afraid and in the corner. I want to show you guys something. He's hiding in the corner while the undercover copper comes up to reveal his undercover car to three journalists. This man's in no danger. He's hiding. And then he goes back to his stop after backup gets there. DirectD is a known journalist.
We have freedom of movement. We can walk all we want. Ignore us.
That's right. You actually have freedom of the press at this point, DirectD.
Sergeant should know what we're doing, dude. Ignore us. This isn't interfering. What's your name and your badge number? What's your name and your badge number? Identify yourself first. Okay, thank you. What's your name and your badge number? Hold on. What's your name and your badge? You didn't tell me. What's your name? Dude,
See, so right there, this is the problem way. So remember what I started off by talking and saying that when you make the police an autonomous agency, you're going to have all kinds of problems. Well, their policy in Arizona, I know this because I just showed a video recently where I went to the Arizona Highway Patrol and I tore the captain a new bunghole because a cop didn't identify himself on the street when I asked him to. It was clear as day on video. This cop is again breaking policy and there'll be no punishment. If you're going to be a law enforcer where over the line, dude, mark it 0. If you're that guy, then you have to be the over the line, mark it 0, dude. Someone can tell me what the movie reference is in the comments section. There's a very famous movie called The Big Lebowski. A couple guys are bowling. They're having a good time. One puts his toe a little bit over the line, but he scores 8. 8's a big score in bowling. I'm not very good at it. So the other guy on the other team goes, mark it 0, over the line, mark it 0. That's what law enforcers are in America. If your policy is to identify yourself with your name and your badge number, and you don't do it, and you're the guy that shouts over the line, oh, you didn't come to a full stop at that stop sign, even though there's no people around and there's no other cars around, I'm going to raise your insurance and cost you money because you didn't come to a full stop. Then if your policy is you have to give your name and badge number, then that should be it. And if you violate it, you should be suspended for a day without pay. But we have autonomous police in this country, and that's the problem.
This is private property. You don't tell me nothing right here. I've already talked to the dude that's responsible. Be quiet.
He actually can tell you something if you break the law.
I'm not doing nothing illegal. Shut up. Shut the fuck up, dude.
Okay. So right there, if you're an auditor, you guys have seen me do it. What I do is I change my tone to the other way. And I go, excuse me, officer. Let me explain to you. I'm a constitutional law scholar. It is my right to be here right now. When Direct D turned around and screamed, and I've cursed too, I'm not perfect, but that go-to place when you're auditing, you're going to get a response. Your job is to film what you're seeing. You're the auditor. Your job is to show me, John Q. Public, I got a wooden leg. I never get out. I go out once or twice a week. I got a wooden leg. I don't, I'm not making fun of people with one leg. I'm saying there's people who are watching through their computer screen. Auditor means you're going to audit the entire scene. So the last thing I want is you going to jail or you stepping back from where you were. I want you to stay right there. So you guys have seen the way I do it. And listen, DirectD's good at what DirectD's a courageous guy. He's courageous and he's got great big huevos. I just would have done it a little different so that you could stay on the scene to show you people watching what's happening there.
No, this is a camera. They're freaking out over a camera.
I see it every night, man.
See, now you're blocking the entrance and you're disrupting business right here. This is ridiculous. This is what they do every time, man.
I see it every night.
What I'm interested in as the viewer is what's going on right here. So that's what I care about the most. I want to know what's happening here.
If I had a camera, I would have this shit always every night.
You're the magic store, right?
I already talked to him. Don't solicit a trespass. Do your job.
It's illegal, DirectD. It's illegal.
Like up to 15.
If he asks us to leave, we're gone. But I already talked to him.
Hey, you know the Supreme Court wrote also tweeted that they could lie to you in their investigations?
There's a Karen there, and she's screaming that they're just doing their job. you know, I made a short about this the other day. It is this. I don't want to.
Yeah, you guys, I want you guys to go and leave this mobile right here 5-star reviews. It's on Dobson and University.
And this is where it gets ridiculous. But I believe it was because, I mean, it's because the cops want to show their authority. They want to be an authority over you. And so when Direct D and his 2 other journalists go here to film them and hold them accountable if they're going to violate someone's rights, they're now going to show up in mass.
We got more units coming in hot, you guys.
So here was the other thing.
We got more units coming.
Okay, so if you have 4 journalists on the scene, then spread out. I want to see all the different angles. You know, I want to see it all. I want to see the cops coming in. You know, I don't audit with other people, so who am I to say anything? But it just seems like I would want you guys on, you know, every angle of this.
Coming in hot, you guys. Over us recording right now. Smash the like button and share this, please.
Did you hear what Direct D said right there?
Over us recording right now.
Spot on. The show of force done to this man right now is because he's there recording them. He got a little lippy with the cop, told him whatever, but he hasn't done anything. He's free to tell the cop to F himself.
Smash the like button and share this, please. These dudes are out of control. Look at this shit. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
We got Phoenix cops here.
Spot on.
Here comes another one right here, you guys.
Ridiculous. So at this point, if I was the journalist, I would separate.
Guys, holy shit. Dude. We got.
Okay, so now right here. So look, let me explain to people who are auditors. Walk right up to them. How you doing, officer? Can I get your name and badge number? Great, thank you. Don't allow them to be the aggressor to you. You are the journalist. It's their job to put up tape to stop you from encroaching on where they're going. You don't have to sit there and be prey. You are not doing anything wrong. You're the journalist. If he's going to grab you and arrest you, then let him. But don't sit there as they come at you like wild. Walk right up to them, name and badge number. You have every right to be there. It's infuriating watching the way the cops are treating these guys when they haven't done anything wrong.
Gotta leave? All right. Hey, we gotta leave. He just said. Hey, he said to calm it down. We gotta leave.
So right there. So Direct D, what I'd like to know is, did the cops ask him to trespass you, or was that his choice? And I don't, you know, and there's going to be a conversation here because I'm making this video now amongst all the people who talk about the things that I talk about. You cannot solicit a trespass when there are journalists on the scene filming a point of interest that Americans want to see. You cannot solicit a trespass. And I believe Direct D can sue if the cop solicited the trespass here. That is completely illegal. You are engaged in being press. You have a right to be there. You have every right to be there. Bygones be bygones. Who cares? In the grand scheme of it, it's about our rights. He has a right to be there. He has as much right as the cops there to be right where he is. If this doesn't make you boiling pissed off, then you're not American. Then you ain't black.
This is what they do, though. Hey, make sure you talk to your manager about this kind of shit, because they're disrupting your business right now, dude.
They would have been calm like that, but it's fine.
This dude's freaking.
But if you can tell him you're not going to leave, I mean, there's going to be a conversation here, obviously.
Now, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Hey,
just to calm it down, man, because I don't need to calm right now.
He's not escalating it. The police are. They're showing up in mass. He's there filming. He shouldn't have cursed the cop out because that gave the cop a reason to say why he can't be there because he's being combative. There's no secret here. There's no love lost between Direct D and I. It's not secret, okay? That doesn't matter. It's not about the beef between alphas. That's not what it's about. What it's about is he has a right to be there. However, when you turn combative and start cursing the cops out, then they can say they have a reason why you can't be there. So if you're an auditor and you're a new auditor and you watch my channel to learn, like so many of you write me, what you want to do when you're confronted with great aggression is change your tone to lower. To lower. They have no reason to grab you now. I have not disturbed the peace. You have no reason to put your hands on me. And now everything's on camera. I'm a constitutional law scholar. I have every right to be here right now. I'm not going to meet their aggression with aggression because we can't beat them like that. Watch and learn. You'll see right here. We can't beat them fighting them with aggression. It won't work. Everybody knows we all wanna, we wish we could, we can't.
yeah, I got you. This is what they do. Bunch of cameras, and you guys act like we're here with ARs or something. You guys are stupid. We got to go to the sidewalk. Oh, it's Phoenix Cop. That's why. That makes sense.
Now, right here is where I would be given the expletives. If you're going to be walked off and you're going to allow them to violate your rights to be press, then right here is where my expletives would certainly start to fly. And look, by the way, now this person is supposed to do a sobriety test. If I was her lawyer, you could get her out of this 100 times out of 100. If she doesn't blow in a straw and she messes up the sobriety field test, you could get her out of this 100 times out of 100. She's supposed to focus and stand. Come on.
Bunch of chicken shits right here. Hey, somebody block this fucker right here.
I think he was talking to someone who was watching live that was probably trolling. I mean, come on, dude. Come on. This is no fair to her.
Make sure you guys are monitoring this, please.
Did you hear that? Where's that tough guy now? That's what they said. He's been as tough as to tell them to F themselves and to film them. He has not invited any of them to a fist fight, none of them. And listen to what the piggy says in the background. Where's that tough guy at? He didn't challenge you to a fight, bro.
Got more coming in. Got more coming in hot down over there. These guys are idiots. Two more coming in back here. Look at this shit. These guys are crazy.
So right there, walk right up to them. Walk right up to that cop. How you doing? What's your name and badge number? Go film their cars. If they block the sidewalk, walk around their car. Either way you want to walk, you walk around it. They block the sidewalk, so I'll walk around it to film the other side of their car and to get the numbers off the car and to get all. I'm a journalist. I'm journaling everything I see. Everything that is here and I'm on the public sidewalk will be filmed by me. If you block the sidewalk, I will walk around your vehicle. I'm a citizen of this country. I have a right to be here.
More. Damn, there's more coming.
So at this point, when you gather a group of men together, there has to be a leader. There has to be somebody who is the alpha, who will be giving the orders, that will be in charge. Right here. The guys who are assembling there in the cars with the sirens and the lights on, they're used to being told what to do. They're used to being told what the rules are and what rules they'll follow. So at this point,
oh, they're here for me.
she just complained. And
Smile, everybody.
she just complained and said, "What is this response?" And there's 50 cops on the scene.
There you guys go again. Mesa PD making fools of themselves. There's only 50 likes out of 120. Smash the like button and share it around. Here's 3 more units right here. All the cops in Mesa just showed up for us right now, you guys.
So identify them.
Hey, are we missing somebody? Hey. Hey, go tell you people to come over here.
Come down, dude. Come down.
Hey,
Come down.
hey, you people.
You people, come over here.
Hey, come here, man.
You people, come over here.
You people. Damn it, dude. You people, come here, man. Come here. Come here. I already talked to the clerk. Yeah, he's going to be speaking to his manager.
Can I have your name and badge number?
They're not going to give it to us.
You still have to ask.
Look at this shit, you guys. This is the response for Direct D. Smile, y'all are going to be on my channel again.
Cam back. Cam back.
Yeah, I got a flashlight too, asshole. Fuck you.
So did you see this? Like right there, like these guys are journalists. They should find out who these people are. They're parking on the sidewalk. They have their emergency lights on. They came in hot. What's the emergency and who are you responding to it? Because then we're going to get the faces of these guys and get to see which cowards responded in this way. Which coward pulled in after they already saw 6 other cop cars there. There, he went down there. Orange shirt went down there.
Oh, they hate me, bro. I make fools of all of them. They hate me.
So orange shirt's down here. What channel is his? I didn't see which channel is his. I want to see his channel because this is what this is. These guys are.
Make sure you guys are monitoring my chat, please. And then we got another motorcycle cop showing up. Damn. University and Dobson. We're on University and Dobson at Mobile. Yeah, I got the list. Thank you.
Ridiculous. Look at them. I mean, ridiculous.
Oh, they hate me. Look at them. Look at all the looks of disdain for the public right here. It's disappointing. Yeah, give them some calls. Let them know that they're making fools of themselves right now, you guys. Please share this if you have the ability. Show it around.
I'm showing it, D. Look, I mean, like, look, justify the pay. I mean, justify the pay of all of these cops being here right now. Justify paying all of them.
Managers over there talking to them, telling them that they're blocking the road.
They shut down the business for this store. No one's going to go in here. No one's going to pull in here.
So we got a cop over there trying to talk to the manager, trespassing us and shit.
He's soliciting trespass.
Yeah. Trying to. We got the hell.
You can't be trespassed if you're not on the property.
Helicopter. Hell yeah.
4 people with cameras.
Yeah.
No, it's just,
Check that out, guys.
That's a wonderful use of resources.
I
Right
mean,
there.
just absurd. Absurd.
Over a DUI. What a bunch of clowns.
Absurd.
We waste all this. No, we got all these for us right here.
I know, this is all for us.
Big us right here.
There's literally a helicopter flying overhead. But, I mean, look. You know,
So they're going to try and tell us that we're trespassed right now. They're going to try and come over here and tell us some dumb shit.
Trespass.
Another helicopter? Yeah, there's more cops.
so for me, as I watch this, right? Number one, DirectD is not on the scene anymore. So I didn't get to see what happened with the UI stuff.
Jesus.
Number two, when you're an active member of the press,
We got
holding
Mesa Clowns, Phoenix Clowns.
a story of interest to the public,
Hold on, let me turn on the cigarette.
you cannot be ran off. You cannot be trespassed. He has every right to sit there.
Hey, somebody call this Circle K and let them know that not to trespass us.
Huh? It's all right. It's okay. I feel popular.
So that's the other thing is in the beginning, you can hear audio wise, you can hear the clerk say that they can be there. So they can't be trespassed now, especially after they left the property when they were asked to leave. So there's no trespass or trespass warning or anything else.
This guy came out all tough, too. You're only 90 pounds, bro.
Oh, shit. This is good. They caused a scene over nothing. Mhm.
I mean, I can't see the rest of the scene. I wish I could. I see I mean, do you see the 1, 2? I mean, look. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I see 10 cops in this frame here.
University and Dobson. Mobile One on University and Dobson.
So he showed us a couple more there. I counted 10. Those are journalists. I don't know if there's anybody in those cars.
Are they even doing a DUI stop somewhere? Oh, they're trying to do it all way over there.
You see how we bullied him off the property?
You didn't. You're not on the property, bro. You didn't bully him off the property. You're off the property. I wish you were still on it. I don't know. I mean, this is going to start a discussion for sure. And I think that it's going to have to be challenged and someone will have to go to jail to challenge it. But I think that there's now a constitutional question here. Now, I've researched this to the bone, and from what I've learned, you cannot be trespassed when you're engaged in being press. If I'm engaged in a story of interest for the press and I'm not disturbing the peace, which could include not being too combative with the cops because you're going to have a Kevin or a Karen judge, then I don't think I can be trespassed. From the research that I've done, I do not think you can be trespassed if you are not interfering. I mean, I'll probably find out one day, right? Because I'm not.
Oh, she is.
I'm not going to back down.
She is. They're all ignorant.
I mean, what's the point of this? What's the point of the 10 cops? What's the point of this? What is the point of this right here? What we're looking at here, what is the point of this? What's the point of all this?
Oh, you guys like this?
I don't understand really.
Missing some likes there. There's a whole lot of cops watching what's going on.
So there's another cop. Is he leaving?
MP cop just showed up.
He showed up.
Guys, I think I was live like 10 minutes ago, but I don't know, something went wrong, and
I mean, I don't know who you. This is such a waste of resources.
really short, but I got this video away from you guys. So I hope you guys like it.
This is the female right here. Walk back over this way.
This is what I've wanted to see the entire time.
He just told them, you want to keep an eye on him for me? Are you really that paranoid, dude?
He's scared. Yeah, he's trained to be scared, D. He's trained to be scared.
You need some Vagisil.
They train them to be afraid of.
Take your helmet off. You need some Vagisil. Fucking idiots, man. I swear.
They're trained. They're trained to be afraid of us. Especially any kind of alpha male. These guys are all betas.
She's getting arrested, you guys.
Remember, you got to sign up to be told what to do. You understand that, right? Just play it out just for fun. You sign up to be a copper. I don't know why you would do that, but you do that. You sign up and you go through the training, which teaches you to be afraid. And then you swear to uphold an oath to the Constitution. But what you swear the mostest to is to follow orders. That's what you swear the mostest to. The very mostest. It's my favorite incorrect word. And I love it.
For DUI.
She was talking all that shit to us too, and now look at her. She's going to jail.
All this over a DUI. How funny. Are you guys embarrassed when idiot cops do stuff like this and make you look like fools? Is it embarrassing? I would be embarrassed. Over a DUI, a bunch of cameras, and almost all of you know who I am. Isn't it embarrassing? You already know who I am. You know what we're doing, and yet you're here like we got ARs or we're armed or something. But we got cameras. We're shooting frames per second, not bullets. This is cowardice right here, you guys. This is the First Amendment. All of you swore an oath. I want you to remember that when you see this video on YouTube.
That's a male patting down a female. He shouldn't be touching her. He shouldn't be putting his hands on her. What? Look, he shouldn't be touching her. That should be a female officer.
This is cowardice right here, you guys.
What?
This is the First Amendment. All
You see the girl getting arrested? He's going to put his hands all up and down her. He shouldn't be touching her.
of you swore an oath. I want you to remember that when you see this video on YouTube.
You see that?
And quit using the interfering bullshit. Look it up. Do some fucking Googling.
Look.
Obstructing. Do some fucking Googling. You guys look stupid every time it comes out of your mouth. Look fucking dumb. Google. It's free information. I don't know how you guys don't know your own rules and laws you're supposed to be enforcing. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, there. Let me see. What's happening here?
That's why you're the apple in my eyes, because y'all are fools.
Go back. She's getting in the car. No torture cuffs? No torture cuffs? There's no torture cuffs. There's her back right there. There's no torture cuffs.
That's why you're the apple in my eyes, because y'all are fools.
Okay, so that's actually, just so you know, finally, if they want privacy, the correct thing to do, since they have a right to detain her under Terry versus Ohio, is to put her in a car and drive away to another location where they can get some privacy. They can even block it off with other cars if they insist.
Been in Mesa longer than every single person on this corner right now. First contact ever with police was with Mesa PD when I was 5 years old. Just remember that.
I mean, so someone put in the comment section real quick and tell me why you think, so do you think the response with all the cops was because we know why it is. We know it's because their authority is being challenged in any way, shape, or form. So there's going to be an overwhelming response to that. Do you think that the response was because of because I'm pretty hardcore with cops sometimes. When they challenge me physically, I tell them I could beat them up. So I understand that. I tell them I could beat them up in the gym, not on the street. But why do you think the response, why do you think that when you look at that screen and you see 5, 6 cops there, why do you think that is? Can anybody tell me why you think that is? Yo, Brooklyn Audit, what's up, dude? So why do you think that is? I'm just reading a few comments. I just don't really understand why that response is that way. And
fuckers. This has got to be so embarrassing. I don't know how they can all be like happy about what's going on right now. So she got arrested right now. No respect from anybody. Coward, dude. You're a fucking coward. You deserve no respect from anybody. I'll make sure to bring some Vagisil and tampons for you next time, pussy.
It's nothing I haven't said.
And this Mr. Smiles right here, he's a joke too. I know you fucking fuckwad. Shut up, dude.
I don't really talk quite like that, but yeah, I understand how he feels.
He's gonna tow her car right now. She just got kidnapped for drinking and driving.
Well, maybe she was drinking and driving. We don't know.
See, you guys, this is the part that blows my mind right here. Like, I'm not okay with drinking and driving. So when cops do shit like this, like I could have just.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're okay with it. Putting people in the dungeon hasn't solved drinking and driving. Drinking and driving has never been worse. So even impounding people's cars, giving them a felony, going through a diversion program, the police response to drinking and driving, what you're seeing here, hasn't worked out. It doesn't matter how we feel about it. The empirical data is clear. Locking people up, no matter what you do with them, the drinking and driving problem hasn't gotten any better. It's gotten worse.
Just recorded a stop of them getting a drunk driver off the street that puts all of us at risk. But no, we got this little female officer that wants to cry like a little girl and pee on himself as soon as a bunch of cameras show up, instead of us letting us document, him potentially doing a good job right now. I seriously am mind fucked on why this kind of shit happens. If anybody can enlighten me, please. I'm all ears. I don't know everything. Please enlighten me. And pee on himself as soon as a bunch of cameras show up, instead of us letting us document, you know, him potentially doing a good job right now. I seriously am mind fucked on why this kind of shit happens. If anybody can enlighten me, please. I'm all ears. I don't know everything.
Well, Direct D, I mean, allow me to reply. You know why. You're challenging their authority. You're going to put on camera whatever they do wrong. You're challenging them by being there physically. You're challenging them physically because you're another man. And the underlying threat of violence between men exists at all times. These guys have been trained to be afraid, to be afraid. I believe that you have been to prison before and you are an alpha male standing in front of them, and they hate that. They hate you. So the response is partially due to your aggression toward them. But then secondly, the response is mostly due to anybody challenging their authority, and especially gathering a following of 200,000 people, however many, 230,000 people, how many people you have, that are going to listen to what they say about these guys being cowards and being trained to be afraid of you, which you do it different than I do, but I'm on your side 99.9%. So, you know, that's why.
Please enlighten me. It could have been a good job. You just got a drunk off the road that could have smashed into somebody and killed somebody.
Well, I mean, let's not jump to conclusions, though, Direct D. We have no idea, dude. We have no idea if that person was drunk or not.
But no. Inside the store and bully the clerk. So they moved the vehicle, they arrested the girl, and now what are they doing? There goes the short bald guy right there. Smile. They're all going to fail to identify.
And look at that. It's just so retarded.
Rules for thee, but not for me.
No, I mean, it's just retarded. I mean, just why are we paying these guys to stand around and do this? I don't really get it.
You know you're in America, not Iraq, right? Officer safety is cowardice.
Officer safety is Terry versus Ohio. That's exactly where the term comes from, and what the officer safety policies are created are all based on Terry versus Ohio. Every time you hear the term officer safety, you know that is Terry versus Ohio.
Hey, if you guys see me again, don't pee on yourselves. Don't pee on yourselves. You know you're in America, not Iraq, right? Fucking bunch of dumbasses. Oh no, he's walking up behind us. He's got a flashlight. That's assault with a light. I'm gonna stand right here, motherfuckers. That was a Glendale thing. I don't know if you guys saw that video. Have a good day, you guys. Be safe.
All right. So
That was a condescending. Have a good day. Be safe, by the way.
at the end of the day,
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
Good.
Yeah.
the cops all drive away, and he's going to have a conversation with I'm going to drop the link for his video in the chat. You guys are welcome to go over there and watch his video in entirety. And there it is right there. There's the link to Direct D's video. So, you know, You guys are watching what a police state, prison state, death state looks like. We are all watching it right in front of us. We're watching it. You guys are seeing it right there. So let me say it again, just so I don't know if I was clear or not. When you hear the term officer safety, that term that you hear comes directly from the 1968 holding of Terry versus Ohio, when the Supreme Court created a caveat in the Fourth Amendment that the cops could run up and grab you and put their hands on you. That was in the name of officer safety. The reason why police can run up and touch you and put their hands on you at all is in the name of officer safety. This was the holding written in 1968 that the reason why they can touch you is for officer safety in case you have a weapon. The detainment policy police have created around the country. Detainment was where they could stop you and lightly put the back of their hands on the front of your trousers to see if you had a weapon. That changed everything when you could detain somebody. Detainment policies now with most police departments around America are that upon detainment, you will be put in handcuffs or put in the back of their car. You're not arrested yet. You're only being detained in the name of officer safety. So that means you could be pulled over and immediately be detained in the name of officer safety. That means that they'll put torture cuffs on you. They'll pat you down. They'll put you in the back of their car, and they can leave you there and leave you to be detained. A lot of people argue that there's a certain amount of time. You'll hear me sometimes tell cops you have 8 minutes. That's not really clearly defined by any court yet. What is a reasonable time? Well, a lot of the things that police can do to us, the 1989 holding of Graham versus Connor states that the reasonable amount of force will be determined by the reasonable officer on the scene. And they can be objectively reasonable as to what you may have done before you got to this encounter with them. Probable cause is what they believe in their mind you have done or could be capable of doing to them. And that will then fall back, Graham versus Connor, onto Terry versus Ohio, which means you can be detained in the name of officer safety. Every time you hear the term officer safety, equate that to Terry versus Ohio. There shouldn't be a time that you hear officer safety where you don't go, oh, that's Terry versus Ohio. I want to be clear on that. You heard Direct D screaming at the end of that, officer safety is cowardice. He's correct. Officer safety is cowardice. It was created under the idea that cops could run up and grab you for their safety because they're scared. So I just wanted to be clear. So DLZ clips, you'll be able to cut that into something for sure, because that's pretty clear. There's no time that if you hear officer safety, I want you to tell the person next to you, officer safety comes from the 1968 holding of Terry versus Ohio. The Terry policies the Supreme Court created without legislation and no president signed them. An unelected, unlegislated, unregulated body of super elitists who are appointed to a court for lifetime decided the policies of detainment and decided the policies that cops could grab us in the name of their safety. Think about that for a moment. Nobody should ever be appointed to a government position for lifetime. Why would anybody, people say, oh, they shouldn't be elected, it would make it political. Well, if you're appointed political, it makes it powerful. Unyielding, unrelenting, unquestioned, unethics checked power. An unbelievable amount of power. So these are things that you have to start to encompass and understand if we're going to make a run at being governor and we're going to change the system. You have to understand what needs to be changed and what can be changed from a governor's position. The president's position, if you don't run within one of the two political parties, Republicans or Democrats, then you can't get to the 270 electoral votes needed. you would split it 3 ways if you ran on a third-party ticket for president. You wouldn't get to enough votes, and then it would go to the House. And then the Speaker of the House would determine who the president is. And that would be a Republican or a Democrat, because I wouldn't run as either one of those parties. How could you? It's 2 wings of the same bird. It's massive corruption, mass murder, military industrial complex. You have to take this mandatory medication. Both sides of the aisle were all for it. Anyway, I blabbed on and on here for a little while, so I just wanted to explain to you guys, especially because now, you know, DLZ Clips knows this, but now I finally have all of the pieces together. You know, quietly behind the scenes, I've been building up to produce Constitutional Law Scholar, because it required a lot of different things that I had to acquire. I had to just acquire them. It took time, and we had to fight uphill, and we finally got it done. I got the acquirements. I've acquired the necessary things to teach Constitutional Law Scholar. And you guys are going to learn how I've learned and what I've learned. And then you can decide if you're a Constitutional Law Scholar or not at the end of the course. It's free. It's on YouTube. It won't cost you anything. So, Bronco Nation family, Barbara Budden, what is up? How are you? Good to see you. Brooklyn Audit, what is going on? What is going on? Brooklyn Audits is only 8,000 away from 100,000, huh? Good luck, Brooklyn Audits. I hope you guys get over there and subscribe to his channel. Maybe he can get to his 100,000. He's pretty close. Get over there. Oh, I was going to show you guys another video. I'm so sorry. I'm not done yet. I'm so sorry. I am not done yet. I was watching earlier my buddy Brian from Here's the Deal, and he showed this video, and I was like, you know what? I could take the 5 minutes it takes to show this. So I'm going to like his video and be like, yo, Brian. Hashtag Team DLZ coming through. So do me a favor, everybody pop over to Here's the Deal. I'll put the link to the channel below right there. Pop over here to Here's the Deal. Subscribe to my buddy Brian. I'm going to show his video right now. I'll put the link in the chat down there below. So pop over there and subscribe to his channel and let him know right here in the comments that the Elite Laws sent me. And let's get into this.
Surely we all know by now that cops lie, and they admit that they lie.
Do police officers lie?
Objection, the form of question,
Yes.
argumentative.
Are you actually taught in the police academy that sometimes telling a lie to a suspect can elicit information you would not otherwise get?
To my recollection, yes.
Just as politician and liar are synonymous, cop and liar are just as synonymous. And I know most Americans won't see this video right here as any big deal. They'll see it as a group of bikers splitting traffic, doing dangerous thing, and jeopardizing public safety. Many of those Americans will automatically be against the bikers and for the cops.
Damn, bro. 5th time, 1 month.
That's 8-4 plus.
Because it is. They say they pulled us over because we was passing between cars. But the thing is, you're allowed to pass a car if it's not a double solid line or a solid line. So whatever the hell this is, bro.
But they weren't racing.
We should just be getting a warning and leaving. Because this officer right here, he didn't see anything. They basically saying he say, she say, another officer pulled us over or seen us passing around cars and stuff. So that's what we dealing with now. They go to the other officer. I guess he the one who supposedly seen us passing my cars.
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, how you doing?
Trying to beat the heat. So, was it a county that stopped you last night or state? Oh,
Sheriff and TPD.
Sheriff and TPD?
Yeah, twice last night.
And look at the response. Once again, look how many cops show up when these guys have not threatened. I mean, they're not combative at all. They've done nothing. They've pulled over. They're following directions. They're just getting their license and registrations out. See, you just let these guys loose on the street to just go and enforce laws on people, and you get just garbage.
Nah.
stopped last night. We got stopped by the sheriff. Okay. Then we got stopped by TPD. Right. Then we sent in the parking lot Chille. Okay. They came to wrap us again. Okay. Okay, that's all I tell her. Okay, well, what's I'm just getting your story here. I'm trying to figure out what you're telling me. I'm trying to understand what you're telling me. That's all I'm doing. Here's the situation. We got a call saying that there are motorcycles passing vehicles on the left and right. Okay? Follow me? They were southbound, 3 of them, all black male drivers, 2 black. That's literally what the call was.
I'm mixed.
Okay. Well, I can't tell that from just looking at it. You're black. I'll be honest with you.
I'm black.
So I can say it. Okay, you can say it. I can. But okay, that's the call. Okay. Have a deputy up in San Marcos. He says he saw y'all. Matching that description, passing vehicles on both sides. Now, you're telling me if there's no double yellow line, you can pass. You can't pass unless there's a dotted line. You cannot be passing vehicles in the same lane.
That's what I'm saying. We was passing within our limit, within the law. We didn't. Yeah. We was passing within the law.
I mean, I know there's something, but no, we people who was behind them. Listen, when you came out, when you seen us, before you seen us, were we doing anything crazy? I saw you.
I mean, look at this dude. I'm sorry, this cop to me. Sorry.
You see me, see you. However, I'm going to tell you this: in the state of Florida, there's something called the fellow officer rule. The fellow officer rule. Go ahead and Google it on your phone. Fellow officer rule.
Okay, Google it real quick. Who's gonna Google it? Who's gonna Google it? Who's gonna Google the fellow officer rule? Which one of the moderators can Google fellow officer rule out of Florida real quick and pop it in the chat? Let's have a good time with this. Let's look it up.
You Google it right now. I'll tell you. If another law enforcement officer sees you doing an act that is illegal, a different officer can stop you based on that officer's statement. It's called the fellow officer rule. Go ahead and Google it.
So go ahead, Google it. Google it. So he's saying that if I tell him I saw you do something wrong and I tell another copper and he's a copper, then the fellow officer rule makes it so that's fine.
Right now on your phone if you want to. Go ahead if you want to. Don't believe me.
Bro, you're trained to lie. You're trained to deceive us. You literally, quite literally are literally, double literally, triple literally, low key. You are the enemy of the people, bro. You are. You are trained to lie, to deceive, to cheat, to steal from us. That's how the public sees you, bro. They don't trust you. None of us do. None of us who are smart. None of us who've been around the block once or twice with you dirty rat thug pigs.
Absolutely. That's what it is. And so that is why I stopped you, because of that rule.
Unfortunately, this cop is right. There's something in our existence, in our reality, called the fellow officer rule. And just a real quick reminder before we get into it, cops lie and admit to lying.
Do police officers lie?
Objection, the former question
Yes.
argumentative.
The fellow officer rule permits an officer to rely upon information supplied by fellow officers when making an arrest. This doctrine is not statutory in origin. Rather, it finds its roots in the United States Supreme Court decision of Whiteley versus Warren from 1971. In that case, the Supreme Court held that, quote, police officers called upon to aid other officers in executing arrest warrants are entitled to assume that the officers requesting aid offered the magistrate the information requisite to support an independent judicial assessment of probable cause. In other words, the officer not in the know doesn't need any proof. He simply just has to take the lead officer's word for it. The Florida Supreme Court considered the fellow officer rule in Johnson versus State in 1995. The court more broadly recognized the rule as one by which, quote, information shared by officers investigating a crime is imputed to any of their number, even those from different agencies working together. The problem here is that this adds fuel to the tyrannical fires of the lemming mentality. No officer who arrives on the scene has to ask any questions or do any kind of investigating. All they have to do is believe their thin blue line brother and everything's good. So lemmings like this don't have to do any critical thinking. You're guilty and they're right. And they take their fellow thin blue line members' word as the gospel truth. The court further recognized that the fellow officer doctrine was sweeping in its application, but subject to any limitations imposed by the federal Fourth Amendment analysis, which is a huge joke because the real Fourth Amendment gives members of the public all the power and government officials no power. This fellow officer rule is also sometimes called the collective knowledge doctrine. Under this doctrine, probable cause is determined by the collective knowledge of all officers, even if no individual officer is possessed with sufficient information alone to constitute probable cause. It permits arresting officers like this guy to rely on the knowledge of other officers, even if those officers are not within the same agency or jurisdiction. Don't you wish lying cops upheld the Bill of Rights with the same fervency as they do the
fellow officer rule?
He should have been more specific on whether it was a solid line or not, because we didn't do anything illegal. You could say we passed. Yeah, we did, but it was within.
So we're at 7:27 here, but let's go back and just review real quick what we learned.
that quote
Whiteley versus Warden, 1971. So DLZ Clips, look that up and see if we can get the OYEZ, OYEZ.org, and see if the oral arguments are available on OYEZ, and we will review this court case, Whiteley versus Warden, especially if the oral arguments are available on OYEZ. So we learned about Whiteley versus Warden, 1971. What else did we learn?
and
Johnson
versus State in 1995.
1995, Johnson versus State. This is how you become a constitutional law scholar. You sit and you go Johnson versus State, 1995, out of Florida, that recognized Whiteley versus Warden of 1971. That's how you become a constitutional law scholar. And then DLZ Clips take a note of both of these cases, and we'll see if we can get the oral arguments for Whiteley versus Warden and for Johnson versus State, 1995. So that's what we learned. So, and then we learned one more thing that we can't walk away from: the collective knowledge.
Permits arresting
the collective knowledge doctrine. Let me open it big so you guys can see it. Let's review what we learned. Probable cause is determined by the collective knowledge of all piggies. It permits arresting officers to rely on the knowledge of other piggies. So these are big things that we had to learn.
We didn't pass all that you talking about. I don't know what you talking about.
Seen us doing something illegal, he would have came out and got us. We weren't going.
And he probably got it on camera.
That's why he couldn't do it. He just arrested somebody. Yeah, he was arresting someone else. Somebody was in the back seat. Yeah, so he can't do that. But that's what I'm telling you. Now, on a bright note, here, I'm not a ticket writer. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I don't like writing tickets. Okay, I'll be honest with you.
But I'm your friend. I got you hemmed up on the side of the road. Your day's going horrifically bad. But at the end of the day, guys, I'm your friend. Don't you like me now?
You can ask how many tickets I written? Maybe 5, 6, if that. Not many. Listen, unless I'm arresting you, which I'm not going to, because y'all have done nothing to really, I'm gonna be honest, get off police. Y'all pulled over.
You what? What did he just say?
To really, I'm gonna be honest, get off police.
P-O. He even gave it an acronym.
Y'all have done nothing to really, I'm gonna be honest,
P-O-P.
Get off police.
Piss off the police. P-O-P. Piss off the police. Can someone type that in the chat real quick? And just let's listen to him say it one more time. I'd like to put that into a rap song.
If that, not many. Listen, unless I'm arresting you, which I'm not going to, because y'all have done nothing to really, I'm gonna be honest, piss off police.
POP, piss off. You have done nothing to piss off the police. I got my gun right here. I got all your shit. Look at this guy's face. His day is ruined. He's having the worst time ever. He's recording through his phone. He's not sure if he's going to die. And this guy's like, I'm your buddy.
Y'all pulled over. I told y'all to turn your lights off, move over to the side. Y'all did that. Y'all turned them off for me. Yes, you're aggravated. I understand that. However, you still follow all the instructions I gave you. Right? It's really hard to do multiple vehicle stops.
Yeah.
That you all have been completely compliant with that.
So because you didn't piss off the police and you've been compliant to me.
What this guy's really saying is because you were compliant little boys and you gave up your Fourth Amendment right to be secure in your person and consented to giving me your IDs so I could run you through our database, I'm going to be a nice guy this time and not economically terrorize you by writing an expensive ticket and impounding your bikes. It'd be like the rapist saying, because you didn't put up a fight this time when I tied your hands together, I won't do anything to you today, but tomorrow is a different story. I don't even see how you could get more pompous and arrogant. Now the initial cop who said he saw these guys driving recklessly pulls up. Listen to the garbage that spews out of his mouth.
You're keeping with somebody in the back.
Yeah, he's drunk. He's talking shit.
What
I
happened?
was talking to them. He got to leave you out.
No, what happened with us? With you getting us in trouble like that?
I didn't get y'all in trouble. You got yourself.
No.
Right there, that Mexican restaurant. Y'all passed them cars on the right and left hand side.
I don't know. I seen about
They're
it
letting y'all
line.
go with a warning. I'm just letting you know I saw it. Okay.
Okay.
So that is considered.
Now you guys know why I show you Brian's channel. Here's the deal. If you guys are not subscribed already, because he just nailed it. You know, now you just get to see and look at them.
Reckless and arrestable offense.
Yeah.
And then you got.
You hear what he says?
I saw it. Okay.
Okay.
So that is considered reckless and arrestable offense.
He lets him know that it could give him a reckless driving ticket and arrest him. It's just this constant barrage of threats and actual warnings of violence that they're going to hurt you.
Yeah.
And then you got people like this jackass right here that's drunk driving.
Right.
If he'd swerve and hit one of y'all.
If he had swerved and hit one of y'all, if the world turned to mush tomorrow, I would need boots.
You don't have much protecting you, brother.
That is true.
I mean, I've worked some serious damn motorcycle accidents. Been doing this 12 years. I don't want y'all to be one of them.
Yeah.
Wait till you have a safe pace to pass. Because if y'all passing like that little
And now he's got to listen to the cop explaining of something he says he didn't even do. And now he has to listen to it so he can just get a warning. He has to let these guys piss all over him.
Buick y'all passed, they'd have snatched. I want to say it was this one. Would have been smashed.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to preach to you.
You are
Y'all know how to drive your motorcycles.
I'm
Just
a
do it
preach to
safely.
you, man. If you would have
Let
hit
him
pavement, oh my God.
Oh God.
So this cop claims on the one hand that the way these bikers were navigating on the road is considered a reckless and arrestable offense. On the other hand, he claims to care about the bikers' safety. And we all know that in order to keep people safe, we got to find them into oblivion and steal their property.
That'll teach them.
Now here comes Mr. Self-congratulatory savior and writer of warnings again to let these guys know that he's a good cop. And the other guy, well, he was a bad cop and you're lucky you ran into me. But he's quick to tell him if one of my fellow officers narcs on you again, well, we're going to impound your property and give you a hefty fine and maybe even throw you into a cell for the night.
Know it sucks and know it's hot, but don't be doing that because frankly, I don't want to get
Full of shit.
I'm gonna be off the warning this time. Technically, what the officer found was involved as reckless, so you know, because of the amount of traffic that is out there, is why it goes to reckless instead of just illegal. It goes straight to reckless because of the amount of traffic. Warning today. regarding driving.
I can't. I cut it. You guys want to watch listen to the rest of the Cops Playing? Head over to Here's the Deal. Watch his channel. He's a good buddy of mine. I love his channel. He's one of the, if not the best reporter on all of YouTube. So yeah. Anyway, that just the Cops Playing at the end of that just made me literally want to vomit. You know, like I could just feel myself getting mad. Because if let me finish drinking, I'll tell you. If you're a Gen Xer or a boomer, then you remember the time that we had to be harassed and there was no camera, there was no transparency, there was no way to show anybody else that what happened to you was so wrong, such an injustice, so completely and utterly just one person who has authority over me, exercising their authority over me when I haven't done anything wrong. And that happened to me enough times growing up, even as a kid in high school, and then going off into college and beyond, that it changed my perception of the people who we've given authority over our constitutional rights. It's changed my perception of their entire organization to a more accurate 2020 vision of what police are and what law enforcers are and what they have been on our country. It's been an absolute travesty. It's gone horrible. We have millions and millions of people in prison, and our society is no safer. It's no better. We've locked up people for decades, let them out of prison, and it made our society worse. Not that ex-cons are a drag for no, they are. I mean, because so without going into too much of my own personal life, I have friends who are ex-cons that I have known that I love, and they have to catch up on society. They're behind in everything, and they have to catch up. We locked them up for even years. It puts you behind, so far behind everybody else. And it doesn't make you a better person. It doesn't make our society better. This form of justice on people by putting them into dungeons hasn't made anything better. It's made it worse. It's made us more dangerous. The person who they locked up that really wasn't that bad of a guy comes out and he is a mother. And now he can't interact with women anymore because he learned a brutal side of Lord of the Flies that he can't even express out loud. And you ruined him. He's a ruined man by locking him in a dungeon for a few years and treating him terrible. It hasn't worked. We have to come up with ways to educate people, even forced education. You know, I'll tell you my grand idea in my head is that we have education islands where you get in trouble. Instead of getting the felony, you can go here, but before you leave, you have to pass this amount of classes and have this amount of skill sets before you can leave the island. It's not whether or not you do amount of time. It's how much you learn and how quickly you learn it and how quickly you pass those tests that show that you learned the information. And I learned this by reading a guy named John Locke, who was the first empiricist, meaning that all data is based on empirical evidence, and you're going to call it an empiricist. He's my favorite philosopher. I talk about him all the time. So he said, show me the education of a man, and I'll show you how much character he has. So we have a system here in America where people come out dumb. We haven't created an education system. We created a social system and a way for people to work in factories. The way the educational system was devised was so that people would be willing, able bodies to fill in circles in factories. That's how our education system was built, a factory system. And it hasn't worked out for Americans because you don't get any education until you leave that education system and actually learn in real life and actually learn real data because you go crazy to find it. So that's why I'll segue into, this is the reason why I think people have to learn constitutional law scholar. This is the reason why, even though I'm doing other things and other projects and I'm involved in a few different things, I have to produce constitutional law scholar. It has to be done. It has to get done. because you guys have to be constitutional law scholars. Every person who comes across my channel has to be a constitutional law scholar. You have to be a constitutional law scholar. You have to know what I know. And I'm going to share it with you and how I learned it. And I'm going to share with you when you just here, I'll give you a preview of it. If you take a snapshot of America in a certain year, in a certain year, so you go 1945, and you say, what happened in 1945? You go up and down the chart. You know, who was the head of the Supreme Court? What cases were decided around 1945 in the Supreme Court? Who was the president? How many lynchings were in America in 1945? Who was, you have to have a real deep analysis of history. What was the prison population in 1945? What was the rise from 1935 to 1945? The personnel on the Supreme Court often have a gigantic influence in which cases are decided at the Supreme Court level. And most of the time in the Supreme Court, it's people who are much older. So you have a generational gap of decisions being made, holdings being made that are constitutional based on people who are much older and much different than you and me. So when you get there and you learn what I've learned, you'll say, okay, this is why I hear Chille say I'm a constitutional law scholar. When you understand the foundation of law, the foundation of your constitutional rights, the basis of them, where's the Justice Department come from? After 1865. They're going to be a Justice Department. That's how it happens. So you have to learn these little things, and it's under the executive branch. So these little tiny nuances of government you learn, and you're going to make mistakes along the way, and you just learn, and you just keep learning. So I'm going to teach it. I'm going to get the flock out of here. Listen, it was nice talking to you guys tonight. I had a good time. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I hope we solve some of the world's problems, but we will keep going. I give you my word, I won't stop. If we don't stop, we don't stop, we don't stop. Listen, before I get out of here, DLZ Clips, what's up, Playboy? Get over to the backup channel, DLZ Clips. If you guys don't have one of my indestructible trifolds, please go to the website, deletelaws.com with a Z, deletelaws.com with a Z, and get an indestructible trifold. They're $30. The digital one is $9. I gave away a bunch today, Delete Laws Clips. How many did you give away today? Bruce, Dan, KT. Oh, shoot. Okay. And so then let's do this. We only have a little bit left, like $600 or $700 left on Eric's fundraiser. Let's set that fundraiser for payday's the 20th. So let's set it for the 20th. Let's set it for the 21st. Let's finish it. Let's finish the fundraiser. DLZ Clips set the fundraiser for Friday the 21st at 7 p.m. We're going to finish the fundraiser for Eric. I think there's $750 to go. We're going to raise it. We're going to raise it on Friday, July 21st at 7 p.m. So all my DLZ faithful, I'm going to want everybody to put in $5 or $10. We're going to finish Eric's GoFundMe for his wheelchair. And that's going to happen on Friday the 21st. And if we don't raise it, I'm going to put the rest in myself. We're going to finish that fundraiser on the 21st. No matter what, it finishes on Friday. If we don't raise enough money, then I'll put in the rest. But it happens. We're done the 21st. So the celebration for finishing the fundraiser is on Friday the 21st because this gets done on Friday. That's the way it is, period. We finish his fundraiser, and he has the wheelchair. The recent texts from Eric have been a little bit difficult. He's having a hard time, but we're going to finish the fundraiser. And so he said, I'll just show you his last text. There's his last text. There's my friend Eric. It's his GoFundMe. So we'll put this up on Friday. I said Sunday, but we're gonna the money's gonna be there by Sunday. I'll finish it myself if I have to, but we're gonna finish it on Friday. We're gonna finish it on Friday because payday is the 20th. So the 21st, I know that if we don't raise enough, I'll finish it myself. We'll get it done. So DLZ faithful, make sure DLZ Clips, make sure you set a live for Friday 7 p.m. the 21st. Thank you, DLZ Clips. I got the thumbs up down there. We're going to finish that on Friday. What's up, Playboy? Ooh, I just got the fire in me all of a sudden. All right. I just got this burning inside of me. Like, I cannot wait to accomplish something for somebody else, and it's going to be great for him. So he's struggling right now. And matter of fact, let me just texted him. Eric, we're finishing the fundraiser on Friday night. There it is. There it is. I called it. I'm shooting it. We hit it. All right, I'm out. Thanks for coming. I'll see you guys on the next one. All you guys, I love Yahweh. Gloria, good to see you. Mike, Bronco Nation family. Did I see Greg? Did I see Jeff Hates Pigs? Did I see Jeff Hates Pigs? Did I see V Boyer? I'm not sure if I saw V Boyer. Kevin, Blue 5, what's going on? I saw you in here. What is going on? Manita, Caesar, I see you in here. What's going on? Barbara Budden, what's going on? KT, good to see you. King Charles, what is going on? Ghost Pepper, what is going on? Dr. Donna, how are you? Good to see you. Brooklyn Audit, thank you for coming by, man. I appreciate it. Bronco Nation family. Anthony, good to see you, my friend. Melania, good to see you. Nice to see you. James, all right, I'll get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming to my talk. I'll see you guys on the next one. If I didn't say your name, then just let me know, and I'll love to give you a shout out, man. I love you. We don't stop. We don't stop. See you on the next one. Later, Gators.